The 3%ers, also styled 3%ers, 3%ers and 3%ers 1, are an American far-right militia movement 2, and paramilitary group. 3. The group advocates gun ownership rights and resistance to the U.S. federal government's involvement in local affairs. The group's name derives from the disputed claim that only 3% of American colonists took up arms against the Kingdom of Great Britain during the American Revolution. 4-5. The Southern Poverty Law Center categorizes the 3%ers as an anti-government group. 6. Some Canadian experts consider the group the most dangerous extremist group in Canada. 4. The movement has been characterized as part of the broader Patriot movement. 4. Founded in 2008, it was given impetus by the election of Barack Obama as President of the United States. 4-7. Members believe that Obama's presidency would lead to increased government interference in the lives of individuals, and particularly stricter gun control laws. 1. Many members are former and current members of the military, police and other law enforcement agencies, as well as anti-government groups such as the Oath Keepers. 1. The movement was co-founded by Michael Mike Brian Vanderbaugh, 8, from Alabama, a member of the Oath Keepers, a group with whom the 3%ers remain loosely allied and are often compared to. 9-10 Non-primary source needed. Vanderbaugh claims to have formerly been a member of Students for a Democratic Society and the Socialist Workers' Party, but abandoned left-wing politics and politics in general in 1977 after being introduced to libertarianism. 11. The group's website states that it does not discriminate against anyone. However, in response to Black Lives Matter protests following the shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, the 3%ers Facebook page featured numerous racist comments by supporters. 3. While the group's website states it is not a militia and not anti-government, 3-6, 3%ers believe that ordinary citizens must take a stand against perceived abuses by the U.S. federal government, which they characterize as overstepping its constitutional limits. 1. Its stated goals include protecting the right to keep and bear arms, and to push back against tyranny. 4. The group opposes federal involvement in what they consider local affairs, and states in its bylaws that county sheriffs are the supreme law of the land. 3. Like other militia movements, 3%ers believe in the ability of citizen volunteers with ordinary weapons to successfully resist the powerful U.S. military. They support this belief by claiming that only around 3% of American colonists fought the British during the American Revolution, a claim which underestimates the number of people who resisted British occupation. 5. And which does not take into account the concentration of British forces in coastal cities, the similarity of weapons used by American and British forces, and French support for the colonists. 5. The group's local chapters are structured hierarchically according to its national bylaws. Chapters engage in paramilitary activities such as marksmanship training, as well as political activism. Membership requires voting and opposing laws the group sees as unconstitutional. Members take an oath similar to that of the U.S. Armed Forces. 3%ers who are also active military members are asked to swear an additional oath promising to disobey certain official orders, such as orders to disarm U.S. citizens. 3. The group's Facebook page mostly features posts supporting gun rights. 6. Vanderbaugh self-published a serial novel online, Absolved, in 2008, which he called a cautionary tale for the out-of-control gun cops of the ATF. On its website, the movement claims that it is not a militia group, but rather a national organization made up of patriotic citizens who love their country, their freedoms, and their liberty. 12-13. Vanderbaugh and his novel Absolved first received wider media attention in 2011, when 4 suspected militia members in Georgia were arrested for a plan for a biological attack that had supposedly been inspired by the novel. 14-15, Vanderbaugh distanced himself from the alleged plot. 16. In 2013, Christian Allen Carradine and associates were working on construction of a walled compound in Benawa County, Idaho, for 3%ers, designed to house 7,000 people following a major disaster, an initiative which local law enforcement has described as a scam. 17.